Mike Rowling here with another review. This one is interesting to me on multiple levels. It's titled Arrhythmia by Bruce Feingold. And it's a Red Moon Press publication. And I got turned on to it when he was doing a reading from it on the HSA YouTube site. You can catch that there. But I have a heart condition myself. Unfortunately, mine does not lend itself to a title. It's left ventricular hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, Bruce. Top that. Anyway, you won't see a book of poems titled that way. But an arrhythmia is an irregular heart rate. And evidently Bruce suffered an episode here. And it happened, ironically, around the time of the election in 2016. And I'm going to revert from my normal theory of random readings. There's nothing in here you don't want to read. I'm going to tell you right now, he worked on this. You can tell this wasn't something he rattled off quickly. And it's extremely well thought out. But I'm going to read some of my favorites for you. Zen Garden, each rock a breath. If you're ever struggling with a heart condition, you understand what that's about. It may seem simple, but words come very slowly. And this one is unbelievable. It's audacious. Arrhythmia, the unraveling of the Republic. I'm laughing. Sometimes it's funny that when something happens to you that's negative, at the same time something's negative is happening in the world. I don't care whether it's political or an earthquake. It just seems like, wait a minute, did I trigger this? Did it trigger me? I don't know. But it's just a wonderful poem that jumps right out at you. And I'm not the only one who's noticed it, by the way. And this one's another one. I've seen this kind of thing because I've been visiting doctors too much lately. Whiteboard, the doctor's quick sketch of an aorta. And right beneath it is another one that tells me something about Bruce's sense of humor and his ability to take the negative and turn it into a positive. Gurney, I practice my Catskill routine. I'm like that too. I'm always joking with doctors, and they never know whether I'm serious or not. So I've had to be somewhat careful and say, I'm joking, doc. And this one, and it's a haiku because we have a seasonal reference. See if you think so. Cherry blossoms, I listen to my pulse for arrhythmias. See, I'm laughing, and in one sense, I shouldn't be. I should be commiserating, but that's my way of commiserating. I guess this is my Catskill routine for you, Bruce. And this one I really enjoyed at multiple levels. Trump neighbor, we discussed the migration of sparrows. Now, Bruce is a trained psychologist. I believe I've got that right. And I'm thinking this is a wonderful way to relate to people who you disagree with. Rather than beat them up or let them beat you up, let's talk about something we can all agree on. And I just think it's fantastic. And in the time we live in, it's good to have a sense of humor about everything. I don't care how dark and dystopic you want to be about the world. It's good to have a chuckle once in a while. And I love Bruce's gentle sense of humor. Speaking of which, gentle decline, the trail meandering to where we began. I'm a hiker, and so I really enjoy hiking. And you park your car and you go to the trailhead and you take a 7-mile hike and you're a little breathless and sweaty. And where do you end up? Back at your car where you started. So it's whatever happens to you in life, if you're still here to talk about it, to think about it, to share with others about it, I guess things are okay. So Bruce, this may be your healing. I think that may be the purpose of this book. And it certainly worked for me. It gave me a great belly laugh, you can tell. But Bruce is a good guy. Red Moon Press is a good press. Jim Cation. And Arrhythmia is worth your investment. This is one you'll keep around, and maybe, God forbid, you have a problem, a health problem. You'll pick it up and smile a little bit at somebody who's come through it. Thanks, Bruce.